Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Hey, I'm Booker T, 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as well. They call him the BOAT. I want to thank the people for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting you champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I've been up early this morning. Early this morning. I've been hanging and banging in the zone. Had to do voiceovers. Had to get back on track. So I'm feeling good. I'm talking about motivated right now. How you feel, bro? How you feel?
You know what? I'm right there with you. You know what I mean? I'm sore from all this muscle I've been putting on. You know, I'm big, daddy, laddie.
What kind of muscle? What are you talking about?
The Kanye arm. Built, not bought. You know,
been to the gym, have you? What are you talking about?
I've been going to the gym. Oh, yeah. I've been hanging and banging in the zone.
Pilates, actually weightlifting. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Weights.
Okay.
Weights. Right. You know, today was chest and arms, right?
What's your typical chest day look like?
A typical chest day looks like lift until you get sore. You know,
what exercises are we using?
Some pecs, some curls, some dumbbells,
neck curls, dumbbells,
all of that.
Everything you just said 3 different body parts. You know what I mean? So
chest and arms.
Okay, all right.
You know what I love? There's so many what are they called? Fitness influencers on Instagram. Right? Yeah. I mean, they're all over the place. They have a gym in Katy. You know, I shout out to Teron Beckham. I have a cousin Lena. Shout out to Lena who go there. And like the whole thing is like it's an influencer gym, right? Mm. So when you go there, there's like lighting and everyone's got their camera and their selfie sticks set up. And you know what I mean? And I know it's the world we live in and whatever, but it's kind of like 1984 adjacent. And but I love like almost everybody's captions are always the same thing, right? It's always built, not bought, you know, or you know what I mean? Hard work is easy work, you know, and stuff like this. But the built, not bought makes me laugh, you know what I mean? Because you don't know nowadays.
No, it's crazy, man. Everybody making money, everybody trying to, be influencers. You know what I mean? Like you just said, I never thought about that. You know, it's the first time I ever heard about something like that.
Yeah.
An influencer gym. And I know if Beckham in there, I know he got his equipment. He take his equipment everywhere. The brother on top of his social media game. And you look at, and I'm not gonna hate on. No. I'm gonna hate on because that's just the way of the world today. As far as you don't even really have to have a real job, and you can make it in this lifetime. So big ups, man. Big ups to the ones who figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's going back to what Hove said, right? You can't knock the hustle. And people are out there just trying to get it however they can. And but I thought about it actually this morning when I was there because I saw somebody they were filming content, at 5:30 in the morning in the gym. And it just made me think like, man, wow, what a different kind of world, it is nowadays. It's so different. I mean, just think about how much the world has changed in the last 20 years. LeBron James has been on 5 different teams. You know what I mean? He's going to Philly now. You know what I mean? Gone are the days of Michael Jordan where you stay on the same team forever. You know what I mean? Or Kobe or Steph.
One last ride, man. One last ride. Can I get one more? You know what I mean? Can I finagle one last heist? That's
might
what
be
it
able
seems
to if they can stay healthy.
Hey, you never know. I'm not going to put it past him. LeBron James is a guy who has ability. You can't take that away from him. And now he got a little bit of help. You never know what's going to happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Jaylen Brown's a phenomenal player. I can't believe Boston let go of him. Because the thing is, if Boston didn't let go of him and trade him to Philly, LeBron would not be on the Philadelphia 76ers. Like that had to happen for him to get there. And you know, but it is what it is. But look, this is SummerSlam weekend. This is the week before the ID Showcase and Summer Champions. But I feel like we got to talk about the big news that came out last week, and the biggest news is WWE Radio. SiriusXM has rebranded the Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 into WWE Radio, and I'm reading through this press release. I want to shout out my guy LaGreca. I want to shout out Natty. I want to shout out Rosenberg, Sam Roberts, all the usual suspects, Bully Ray. And then I'm reading through it, and I see alternate commentary of premium live events to be presented on WWE Radio with Vic Joseph and Booker T. And I said, this man found another way to get a job. Another job is the last thing you needed. You know what I mean? But I think that's how your hair works. You have one dread for every job. You know what I mean? For every job that you do.
Oh man, yeah. You never know what's around the corner, man. You just never know, but you got to be ready, man. You got to be preparation. Preparation is the only luck you're ever gonna have.
Right.
And for myself and Vic, we've been waiting on an opportunity like this to be able to kind of like bring our sense of commentary to the main roster without actually having to be on the main roster. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be an alternative to whether if you want to, listen to the show, or you want to listen to, Vic and I, and if you listen to Vic and I, man, we about to turn it up. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, they might have thought I was, turning it down a little bit. I'm about to pump it all the way up here come Saturday night, Sunday night, SummerSlam. We're going to be kicking this thing off, and it's going to be live. It's going to be live in living color. And you can expect, all the bookisms to be coming at you, full force. I'm gonna be adding a whole lot more too. You know what? I might even. I'm not gonna even say that. It's gonna be good.
Okay, I'm very curious what he's saying there. Okay, so give us the details though, because you know what? I heard LaGreca talk about it, but he's talking about it from what Busted Open's going to be and what the channel's kind of going to form into. It launched today, the time that we're taping this. It's officially launched in live. WWE Radio is. But what from the actual commentary perspective, like what can we expect? Are you going to be in the arena? Are you going to be side of the ring? Are you going to be in a booth somewhere in the media scape? Do you know any of those details yet?
Well, I know I'm going to be in Minnesota. I think I would be at the arena. I think I need some live, audience commentary to add on to this thing to really make it, feel a certain way. Yeah, to get the real vibe, So I know I'm going to be there. So it's going to be a different experience. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a totally different chapter, for Vic and I. Like I said, and Vic, Vic deserves, for the world to actually be able to listen to, what he brings to the table. I really had such a great time over this last 4 years working with Vic. It's been a partnership, man. I mean, we're like twin brothers from different mothers almost now. I'm serious.
You're right.
That
guy's so talented, man. When I listen to NXT, I'm just like, wow, he's so when Steph Curry hits a three, homeboy would say, he's Steffortless, right? That's to me, Vic. He's so Steffortless.
He definitely knows the job, and now we're going to get a chance to, do it, like I say, live, all premium live events. And you're talking about another job. Yeah, that's true. But with the, WWE Radio now, I'm looking for just one more job, for them to add, to the list. The Hall of Fame. We ain't that far. Yeah, we just a phone call away, baby. So
Lee Fitting, LaGreca, hit us up, baby.
Exactly. So now, man, I'm looking forward to it. Kicks off Saturday night. Just being a part of this group of guys. The family now. Radio family. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
I have only one request because here's the thing. A lot of times lately, if it's a premium live event, I might be out and about, driving here, there, the other place, at the airport. You never know, right? And what I love is the idea of I could kick on the radio broadcast, like as I'm in an Uber, if I'm working out, or if I'm, driving through town or whatever, like I could actually have that feel. Because I do that with sports, like sporting events. So with NBA Finals or World Series, I would do that often. So I love that is going to actually be a thing. And the other thing that I ask for is at some point in the night, you know what I mean? I need a gaging. I know Lola's not on the card, but somebody's going to be on the card to gaging.
I'm bringing, like I said, I'm bringing everything. I'm bringing everything. I'm so happy, like I say, to be a part of, the main show and still be able to, bring my flavor and do what I do. So, like I said, I'm not going to be holding back, no bread, no water, just meat. I can't wait to, bring Trick Williams to the ring, and have that feel, again, so I'm so looking forward to, being a part of, Stephanie Vaquera when she get back in action and bring that action back. So everybody's been, JD McDonough, that number one stunner is about to get, he's about to get, you know what? They might start pushing him again.
Yeah.
They might start pushing him again. I'm just playing. But nah, man, it's about to pop off Saturday
What's up,
night.
guys? It's the
So,
boat, Brad
guys, get
Gilmore. You
ready.
know what I'm about
Stick
to
around.
talk
You're
about.
the Hall of Fame.
You know what? Confidence
We'll be back in a
matters
minute.
in every part of life. Whether it's stepping behind a microphone, walking into a big interview, or just feeling like the best version of yourself, confidence can make all the difference. And that's exactly why Blue Chew Gold is a sponsor of this show, and that's what Blue Chew Gold is all about. Blue Chew Gold is designed to help support the complete experience. It combines 4 ingredients into one label. 2 ingredients help physically, while 2 support arousal and desire in the brain. Oh, yeah. It's about feeling more confident. Yeah. More in the moment. Yeah. And more like yourself when it counts. Oh, yeah. The Macho Man Randy Savage is thinking that too. Yeah. So if you're looking to turn up the confidence and enjoy the moment a little more, Blue Chew Gold is worth checking out. There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com. But we've got a special deal for our listeners. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd month free with promo code Booker. That's promo code Booker, Booker. You will also receive an additional 10% off and free overnight shipping on your first order, because you need it as quick as you can, brother. As quick as you can. Yeah. Visit BlueChew.com for details and important safety information. We want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast, and also for sponsoring all the action that goes down in the bedroom. Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting, no questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are, with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style, and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves, all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure.
Oh, yeah, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame.
You're excited today, man. I feel it. It's palpable. The excitement is palpable.
I feel good, man. I feel good, man. We get, SummerSlam is one thing. Like I say, the WWE radio, that's something something that's totally that's a game changer in so many different ways. And don't think, a lot of people you see how one thing you cannot not see today is the comments, and people's opinions on stuff, and I don't think Busted Open is going to change at all. I really don't. I think those guys still going to have the same platform. I think it's definitely going to be a show driven towards what's going on and what's happening with WWE, just because I would think it's a WWE project. It's a WWE product. So yeah, it's going to be heavily leaning towards WWE, but I don't think those are the only words you're going to hear on, a radio network. It can't be.
I mean, yes, I think, look, I know people are worried about Busted Open specifically because they would, talk about AEW and Ring of Honor and New Japan and places like that. And they very well may still do that. I really don't know what to expect. I think that when you have existing companies that maybe have some sort of competitive nature between them, whether it's a CMLL and a AAA, well, WWE owns AAA. WWE's in competition, quote unquote, with AEW. So maybe there's not as much of that, going on. But I will also tell you, this is the most different time as a wrestling fan I can ever remember. I would have never thought when they put that press release out 2 years ago, or whenever it was, that TNA and NXT were entered into a partnership together. I never thought that would ever happen in a million trillion years. And so for people who are worried about it, I think that Busted Open, Dave and Bully and Mark have always done a great job over there, being impartial, calling stuff out when they need to call it out, and they still have a presence at WWE shows up until this point with the criticism. So I wouldn't expect too big of a change, but I agree in the assessment. It's a WWE product, right? So you're probably going to hear WWE a lot. You're going to hear NXT a lot. You're going to hear AAA a lot. You might hear a lot about reality wrestling once the Hall of Fame starts on there.
And what's going on with the product, I think. So, I'm gonna sit back and, eat my popcorn and watch and wait and see how this thing play out. But I just can't see Bully and those guys pretty much changing their opinions up overnight and saying, just to go along with the program. And the thing is, I don't think it would be I don't think it would be right more than anything, because it's radio. And when you talking radio, especially a show like Busted Open, it's like the Wild Wild West. You're talking about a little bit of everything, and just about everything goes.
Well, I think that, like, if you're a long-term fan like myself, there was a time where JR launched, I think it was called Radio WWF back in the day, and he would do the same thing. He would have, like, his own, I think it was him and Gorilla Monsoon would do commentary, like an alternative broadcast, like you and Vic are going to do, and they would talk about stuff going on in Mexico, stuff going on in Japan. I don't think they would talk about WCW, but they would talk about stuff like that. And then I remember when WWE.com used to report on like TNA releases back in the day. And, Jerry Jarrett brought a talent up to headquarters, and there'd be a picture on the main page. So, like, there's been these crossovers before. So I don't expect it to be any different here. There's going to be, is it going to be primarily WWE focused? I think that it should be.
Yeah, I think so too.
I wouldn't have the Brad Gilmore network and me not be the central focus of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would definitely want to be the focus if that's the name of the thing, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, WWE got so many, stars to work with, as well as future stars, in NXT, and then so many that's just like, sitting and waiting in the wings, waiting to get in. They got a plethora of talent to promote.
Great work.
So definitely leaning WWE heavily. I would not be surprised about that though.
No, I mean, and it should be. And I'm just excited to see, like, what it's going to be cool, because I'm a SiriusXM subscriber. I have been for a long time. This show, we actually will have a SummerSlam preview show that will be on Saturday and Sunday on ESPN nationally. When that's on SiriusXM channel 80 as well. I've been a long time Howard Stern listener, so it's going to be cool to get in the car and just flip it on, see what's going, because it's 24/7. So I could just jump in the middle of someone's show, and or maybe there. I don't know all the programming that there's going to be, and I think once they flesh out this network, it's going to be something that you can just have on. You know what I mean? Just one of those things you can have on while you're working, doing your work, whatever. I think it's a.
You know what
idea.
I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about streaming it live. Just so you can see my reactions as I'm doing the commentary.
You should do that.
I'm going to do that.
If that's all gravy, you should definitely do that.
Who's going to stop me? It's
Nobody.
my show.
It's your show. What are you going to do? What are they going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do about it?
just so we can get some live reactions. And then if you want to, like you say, you're riding down the road and you want to actually watch the action from a perspective and hear the action from a perspective, at the same time. I think me personally, I think it's a cool concept. So
look, I'll say this, because it's actually such a core memory of mine. There was it was 2017. It was Game 7 World Series Astros. I don't know if you remember this. You and I were at an event earlier in that evening. We went to some event in Midtown, me, you, and the Queen, and it was some sort of fundraiser in nature or whatever, but the game was just about to start. So I remember on the drive back down 45, I turned that dial on, I think it was ESPN, turned the dial on to listen to the broadcast, and there's something about that audio experience, because I remember we were up like 5-0 by the time I got home. And I was like, I'm hitting my ceiling in my car, like I'm amped up, and it's just a fun experience. So I'm excited. I'm a radio guy, obviously, but I love WWE radio. I love the concept.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm always flattered too. I want to thank the guys, who made all this happen. I'm always flattered. When they come to me and say, "Hey, Bucky, you think you might want to do something like this?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I would love to do something like that," because my career since I was 25 years old, I always explain it like it's been like a snowball going downhill. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I always keep wondering, man, when is it going to melt out? When is the snowball going to melt out? It still seems to be getting bigger. At this stage of my life right now. So I really want to thank the people that made it happen for me also.
Well, you know what? I'll be tuned in to that. I will even, no disrespect to Cole and Corey and those guys, I'll mute the television. You know what I mean? Just so I could listen to the show the way I want to listen to it. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for Saturday and Sunday and for our ESPN special. I also want to plug here, next week is Summer of Champions 12. Tickets are almost sold out. We're going to have to add more. There's going to be standing room only. It's that kind of show. But the night before is the first Reality Wrestling WWE ID showcase, which will be at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. And it's my understanding, Book, that if people buy a ticket online to both shows, they're going to get something very special.
That's right. They're going to get something special, a special card, a collectible. And the thing is, one of a kind card that you're going to receive if you buy a ticket to that ID showcase. And the thing is, guys, if you buy the ticket, you're going to get the card. But just to add a little something to that, I'm going to be the one to personally give you that card.
Woo!
So me giving you that card, I'm probably going to have to sign it as well. So guys, it's only going to be like 100 or 150 of these printed up. So guys, do it now. I do it for you. Go to realityofwrestling.com and get that ticket to that WWE ID showcase that's going to be going down on August the 7th. And then August 8th, guys, like Brad say, Summer Champions, it's nearly sold out. We're going to have to put in more seats because everybody want a piece of Summer Champions. It's going to be a big show, but the thing is, I need you guys to understand the ID showcase is going to spill over into Summer of Champions. It's some big themes, some big things on August 7th at that ID showcase going down that, guys, you truly do not want to miss out on. I promise you that. We're putting something together very, very special at Reality of Wrestling with the ID showcase, with Summer of Champions, and we're gonna present it. We're gonna present this to you guys, to the world. We putting ourselves, on Front Street for you guys to judge Reality of Wrestling and what we bring to the table. And it starts ID Showcase August 7th, spills over August 8th. Summer Champions is going down. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. We got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame.
Hey guys, this episode of the Hall of Fame podcast is brought to you by Mudwater. Now, I'm somebody who loves the ritual of that morning brew. Yeah, I like the taste. I like having something warm in the morning. Hey, yo. And honestly, I like that little moment before the day gets going. Don't we all, brother? But sometimes a full cup of coffee can hit just a little too hard. You get the energy, but you also get the jitters, the crash. That feeling like your brain is moving faster than the rest of you. That's why I've been into Mudwater. It gives you that same morning ritual, but way less caffeine than coffee. It's made with mushrooms and adaptogens and is designed to give you more of a steady energy without that anxious spike. We all have that spike, especially in the mornings. The original blend is really good too. It's got cacao, chai, turmeric, functional mushrooms, so it's kind of like a spicy hot chocolate meets chai. Feels like something you can actually look forward to in the morning. And the best way to try it is with their starter kit. You get a full-size tin of your chosen blend, plus a free rechargeable frother. Free gifts and free shipping. They've got different flavors too. OG coffee, matcha, turmeric. So whatever your morning drink style is, there's something for you. Are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Just go to mudwater.com/booker. That is mudwtr.com/booker and grab the starter kit. Use code BOOKER and you'll get up to 43% off. Again, that's 43% off, up to, with the code BOOKER, BOOKER, at mudwtr.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you found them. Please tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Now also, this episode's also brought to you by GLD. Because I got to say, I'm really excited about this one because GLD makes pieces that instantly upgrade your look without trying too hard. Whether it's a chain, a bracelet, a watch, a pendant. It's one of those things where you can really feel the quality right away. And with Father's Day coming up, there's actually a great idea, guys. Dads, we're usually tough. I don't have any kids. I have a cat. I guess that counts. Dads are usually tough to shop for. They find one watch, one pair of sunglasses, one look they like, and they stick with it forever. So getting the dad in your life something from GLD is a way to give him something he'll actually use and wear. And while you're there, you might as well get some for yourself. GLD has chains, pendants, bracelets, watches, pieces for every kind of style. So if you like to keep it simple or you have some kind of everyday piece that you want, if you want something that stands out a little bit more, they got that too. If you're a sports fan, GLD has official collabs with the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, the MLB, the NCAA, NHL, MLS, and even DC Comics. So you can rep your favorite sports team or something you love in a way that actually feels personal. The quality's legit, We're talking real gold, hand-set stones, waterproof, sweatproof, and the craftsmanship, baby. You can feel it the second you put it on. The weight, the clasp, the detail, it all feels premium. And every piece is guaranteed for life. GLD has over 2 million customers and 50,000 five-star reviews. You've seen their pieces worn like people like Justin Bieber, Malik Neighbors, Micah Parsons, ASAP Rocky. What up, ASAP? And a lot more. So this is the perfect time to check them out because for a limited time, the new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BOOKER, BOOKER, to get 40% off GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Oh, yeah.
All right. In 3, 2. Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame. Let me tell you what my schedule can look like sometimes. I'm up early preparing for my television shows, talking about interviews throughout the day, handling meetings, deadlines, and then hosting a radio show in the evening with Booker T. By the time I finally get home, I'm exhausted, man. But somehow, the second my head hits the pillow, my brain wants to go over everything I did that day and everything I still got to do tomorrow. So that's when I wake up tired, and I'm more irritable than usual. My motivation isn't where it should be, and even when I make it to the gym, my recovery still feels different. Maybe you're like this too, and you start wondering why everything used to feel so easy. Now it suddenly takes so much more effort. A lot of men experience these same issues without realizing that may all be connected to stress and elevated cortisol levels. Then I found Mars Men. That's what got my attention about this product because Mars Men is designed to support healthy testosterone production while helping the body manage cortisol levels. That complete approach is why I'm so interested in Mars Men. Most products focus only on one side. It's either energy, it's testosterone support, or it's stress. Mars Men combines natural ingredients designed to help support a healthy testosterone level, healthy energy, stamina while keeping your body better to manage the everyday stress that can leave you feeling physically and mentally drained. There are no weird stimulants. There's no synthetic hormones. It's made in the USA, and every batch is third-party tested. What I also like about it is it isn't designed to feel like another temporary caffeine rush. Some men report consistent natural energy, greater mood stability, improved sleep quality, and better gym performance and recovery. Mars Men also offers 90-day money-back guarantee. According to Mars Men, more than 91% of users report those higher energy levels, and you can read through their reviews on their website and see what men are saying about this product. So, for a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com. 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 for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please let them know that the Hall of Fame sent you. And can you dig that, sucker?
Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. We just kicking it, talking about what's going down here in just a couple of weeks. And that is the ID Showcase with all of the, I wouldn't say all the ID talent, but a boatload of ID talent will be flooding the city of Houston for the ID Showcase on August 7th. And then August 8th, Summer Champions going down where all the championships at Reality of Wrestling will be on the line. And as well as there again, we got some special things that's going to happen at Summer Champions as well. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited in so many ways. It's going to be a really, really great Summer Champions. So guys, you really don't want to miss out. And I appreciate right now, like Brad said, Summer Champions. I think I looked and we had 23 seats left the last time I looked, and we're still 2 weeks out. But the ID Showcase, I think people are sleeping on that show. But adding the super card, my signature. Flash that super card up one more time for me, Brad. With my signature, specially hand delivered from the 6-time world champion, 2-time Hall of Famer, and signature. That right there, guys. That's normally like $100.
Easy.
Okay, just for that alone. So Get the super card and get to that ID show and hang out with Booker T for a minute.
What I also want to make sure that people know is what the main event of Summer Champions is going to be. It was announced yesterday officially to the people. A fatal four-way match for the Reality Wrestling Championship. NXT's Nico defends his Reality Wrestling Championship against the one and only Danny Limelight, Max Castellanos, and Zilla Fatu in a fatal four-way match. That's a huge main event.
That's right. It's a huge main event. Nico is definitely trying to break out and step into his own. I appreciate that. Him making his start as far as his breakout rise in reality of wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think this could be Nico's toughest, bit of competition since he stepped into reality wrestling. It's going to be a big test. So we're going to find out exactly if he's made for this business, because that's what this thing is all about. The wrestling is one thing, but are you cut out for this? Are you cut out for it? We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. But, Book, we got to turn our attention real quick to SummerSlam, which is going to be emanating from Minneapolis, Minnesota, over 2 nights. Big main events all throughout the weekend, including that Hell in a Cell match. But I wanted to bounce a couple things off you because there's been some matches announced that we haven't talked about on the show. You mentioned Trick Williams. Trick Williams will be defending his United States Championship against somebody who we haven't talked about since he came back, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is back in the WWE, and not only is he back, he's in a featured match at SummerSlam for the United States Championship against Trick Willie. You've always been a big Baron Corbin fan, from my memory. We've had him on the show before. I like Baron Corbin. What say you about Baron and Trick at SummerSlam?
I'm loving it. I'm loving Baron Corbin getting back in WWE and getting put in a position like that right off the bat. We're not going to linger on this thing. We're not going to procrastinate as far as what do we want to do with Baron Corbin. Let's put him in a position, because I'm going to tell you right now, that dude was always that Swiss Army knife. He was always that go-to guy that you knew you could go to him and he could deliver for you.
Yeah.
He could work with anybody. When Baron got let go, it definitely wasn't a bright time, because he was working in NXT before he got let go. And I was thinking, man, he's going to work his way back to the main roster, in no time. But it didn't happen for him. But he left. He went out there. I don't think I heard Baron Corbin say anything about WWE while he was out there. And boom, he just worked his way back. And now I think somebody realized, man, this dude is an asset. We could use him. And now to be put, I'm going to tell you right now, Trick's my boy, right? Trick's my boy.
Sure guy.
And to get in there with someone like Baron, he can't help but learn, certain things in the game, because Baron is a student of the game. He knows what he's doing. And I've been around a lot of guys in this business, and I could tell you, I could tell in 5 minutes or less, not less than 5 minutes, if somebody knows what they're doing. And Baron was always one of those guys, as well as he's a real deal. He's a real deal. You know what I mean? If he loyal, he'll take his shirt off and give it to you. He'll hit somebody in the mouth for you.
Yeah.
And trust me, I know. You know what I mean? So no, I'm just glad to see Baron Corbin back in the mix, doing it with my boy Trick Williams, because it's gonna be a hell of a night. It's gonna be a hell of a night for Trick Williams.
Well, what I like about it too is it's 2 guys who actually have, Trick is carved out of granite, but they have a similar build. When I mean, they're bigger guys, they're taller guys, NFL backgrounds, football backgrounds. To me, one of the things with Trick Williams is he's so charismatic, he's so athletic, he looks so good out there from a physical presence. He has such a presence out there. You need somebody, especially because now he's essentially a babyface. I know he says he's not a babyface, he's not a heel, he's just Trick Williams, but he's essentially a babyface. I mean, the crowd loves this guy, and Baron Corbin is the consummate heel. That was a role that he did so well. I mean, he is not a babyface, he is a heel, and he knows how to embrace it. So to be able to have Trick work with somebody who the audience already has an inherent disdain towards, even in his initial run, for whatever reason, people just like to boo Baron Corbin. So to be able to have that dynamic at play really helps elevate Trick from that babyface fan favorite perspective and give somebody physically opposing enough to have fans believe that Baron Corbin can put a beating down on Trick Williams.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely unbelievable as far as what Baron could do in the ring, but it's very, very important that, from a matchmaking perspective, you keep things aligned properly. And I can tell you right now, just like you said, with Baron Corbin being like the ultimate heels, he's going to get announced to the ring first. And they're not going to be able to do anything but when they hear those trumpets play, it's go nuts for Trick. And that's the dynamic that you want as far as the match go. Because I've been in those matches to where, you come out and they cheer for you. And then, your opponent come out and he get just as many cheers as you do. Yeah. Those nights, going to be a hard night. With Trick, with Baron, that's like first match of the night. All right, we know exactly what the people are going to be doing. So let's just go out here and give them what they want, give them a hell of a match, and leave them at the end of the night wanting more. That's the only thing those guys got to do. Go out and deliver. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
I actually like that.
More importantly, I'm looking forward to calling.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be there, baby. But you're right. That's what you want. Because, Baron in some ways reminds me, there's been like 3 guys who I can really think of over the last, time I've been watching, who really, truly did not ever try to get the fans to cheer them when they were a heel. Baron Corbin's one of them. The Miz is the other one. Miz, like, if he's a heel, he's not doing anything to get a cheer. Because sometimes the heels can be cool. We go back to, like, the, NWO ushering that in. And then when Triple H was doing his run where he was a heel on Raw, there was no one I hated more than that guy. I just couldn't stand him. I hated when he came out and his hair was dry and it would look like he had run a blow dryer through it. But he did not seem like he wanted to do anything cool to get cheered. And so I appreciate that about Baron.
I tell you what, nobody in this business did it better than JBL.
Oh, what? Great call.
Nobody in this business did it better than JBL.
Great call.
Being the guy that you just could not help but hate him. You knew exactly what your job was when he rolled out in that limousine with the horns on it, that cowboy hat, and he didn't do anything fancy. And he was a hell of a worker.
He's so good. JBL was so good.
Literally, nobody did it. No one did it better than JBL.
Oh, because he got out of the limo, and he had kind of this ugly track jacket on and a towel around his neck, for like, I never understood what that was about, but I hated it. It made me hate him with the cowboy hat. I'm like, why you got a track jacket and a cowboy hat? I can't figure this out.
With the towel.
With the towel.
I never understood it either. But it worked.
He probably looked at himself in the mirror and goes, man, I look like a real a-hole. This is it.
Right here.
A wrestling god. I hated when he used to do that.
Nobody did it better than my man JBL, man. First person I went overseas with, and my homie JBL. Hey guys, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Hey guys,
stick around.
Support for today's show comes from Square, the business platform that helps sellers become neighborhood favorites. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or just trying to keep up with everyday demands, Square keeps your business running smoothly, from payments and point of sale to online orders, inventory, staffing, and more, all in one place so you can focus on your customers and not on your to-do list. We're always moving around over here, podcasting, live events, wrestling, appearances, flying all over state to state. And one thing I've always noticed is how many local businesses I love already use Square. Whether it's a coffee shop, a sneaker spot, a barber shop, or even events and conventions, everything just moves smooth with Square. The checkout is quick, Receipts hit your phone instantly, and the staff can actually focus on the customers instead of fighting with the register. That's what stands out to me, and it feels seamless because we already use this at Reality of Wrestling, and Square really works for your business at every level too. Whether you're just getting started or already growing, they bring payments, inventory, and online sales and operations together in one system without making things complicated. Square helps you run your business more smoothly, bringing payments, operations, and insights together all in one place. So whether you're ready for whatever is next, that's what you got to get. You got to get Square. Right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/booker. That's SQUARE.com/go/booker. Get started with Square and build a setup that works the way you do. And also, we got to shout out our guys at GLD for a second because these guys have really impressed me. You know, a lot of times when you get jewelry online, you don't know what you're going to get, right? Sometimes it looks good in pictures on the model, but then you get it in person. It's lightweight, it feels cheap, and it doesn't hit the way that you hoped. But with GLD, that's a different story, brother. Yeah. First off, this chain right here that I'm wearing right now, the quality is crazy. It's crazy. I feel like Iceman. I feel like Drizzy Drake. You can feel the weight, the craftsmanship, the detail in the stones, the clasps. Everything about it feels premium, and I love that they make the pieces look incredible without those ridiculous luxury markups. What I rock with heavy is that they've got something for everybody. We're talking chains, pendants, rings, watches. Whether you want something clean and subtle or something that really pops with your fit, they've got you covered. And if you're into sports, they've got official collabs with the NFL, NBA, MLB, NCAA, and more, so you can really rep your squad the right way. The other thing I like, the pieces are built to last. We're talking waterproof, sweatproof, lifetime guarantee. That's not something you just wear 2 times and throw it in a drawer, man. You can actually wear it every single day. And I'm telling you, when you throw on a fresh chain, it changes the whole energy. The fit looks better. You feel more confident. The ladies, they notice it. So you can do this. Let's do it together. It just adds something a little bit extra. Work hard and change the game for a limited time only. New customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BOOKER to get 40% off at GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please let them know the Hall of Fame sent you. So now, let's start the show. All right, guys, Brad Gilmore here, and we're going to talk to you about Earn In. You know, one thing I've never understood is why you have to wait for the work that you've already done. Why you got to wait to get paid? Think about it. We live in a world where you can stream a movie instantly. You can order dinner from your phone. You can talk to somebody on the other side of the world. But when it comes to getting your paycheck now, we're still waiting on a date on the calendar. That's why I want to tell you about Earn In. Earn In is a financial technology company. It's not a bank, but it gives you access to money you've already earned instead of making you wait until payday. You can access up to $150 a day with a maximum of $1,000 between paychecks. And I think the key thing here is this is not alone. I repeat, this is not a loan. It's not borrowing money. It's not a payday advance. It's your money that you've already worked for. I know I've had moments in my life where a bill came due, something unexpected may have popped up, or there was an opportunity I wanted to jump on, and the timing of that paycheck, you know, the way the checkings and the savings works, it was standing in the way. Not because I didn't have the money, just because that payday has not arrived yet. With Earn In, you don't have to play that waiting game anymore. Tips are optional, and standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. If you need your money faster, expedited transfers are available for a fee starting at $3.99 and capped at $5.99. More than 5 million people have already downloaded Earn In, and it's easy to see why. It's a smarter way to manage the money that you've already earned. So download Earn In from the App Store or Google Play today. That's Earn In, spelled like earning money without the G. But you know, we always keep a G at the Hall of Fame. So that's when you sign up. Type in Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show. Again, Earn In is a financial technology company. It is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and do not affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Boom, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. We're getting close to wrapping this thing up, guys. You got anything you want to talk to us about? Super chat. Do it now. I'd do it for you. How you want to wrap this thing up, man?
Well, I mean, look, we might as well just get a couple more comments about SummerSlam. Just a couple more
thoughts and comments.
Thoughts and comments about SummerSlam. There's one that I definitely want to get your opinion on, and I'm asking the people who I know are near and dear to your corazón, your heart, and that would be Fatal Influence is going to be making their SummerSlam debut. They recently defeated Brie Bella and Paige in order to get the women's tag team championships, and now the trio, all three of them, are going to be taking on Paige, Brie Bella, and a returning Nikki Bella in a 6-woman tag team match. Might be a lot of giggings in this. I'm not sure. But what say you about your girl JC Jane and Fatal Influence?
It's not going to be a lot of good games in this, man. This is going to be quick. This is going to be the shortest match.
I already know what you're going to say.
Of the night. And the thing is, you already know what I'm going to say. Right?
Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go right ahead. Go ahead.
The Etzel was a good car in its day. Was I right?
You already know.
I know it.
I like the Bellas. You know what I'm saying? Paige, that's my girl. That's my homie. I mean, but we talking about Fatal, man. We talking about JCJ. You know what I mean? We talking about Lady Reed. You know what I mean? We talking about the pro. We talking about the pro, Fallon Henley, who's been waiting and anticipating, chomping at the bit for this moment, this highly anticipated moment here, son. So, nah, man, that's all it is. I have nothing against, the opposition or anything like that, but Fatal Influence with JC Jane, who is a rock star, baby. Get your ticket, because it's going to be a sellout. Oh, yeah, man. So, no, that's the only thing. That's the only thing it is, more than anything. But, yeah.
It's a good card this day. We'll have a couple super chats, and we're going to get to them here in just a second. I will say, Rhea Ripley down with an injury. We talked about it a little bit. They're going to crown an interim women's champion, which is the first time I think they've ever done that. I never recall them doing an interim.
I think this is the first.
This has to be the first. I know we did it once at Raw. We had an interim women's champion, but I can't remember them doing it before. But nevertheless, they're going to crown one. And so far, we know 4 of the 5 names that are going to be in that match. It's Charlotte Flair. It's Jade Cargill. It's Chelsea Green. It's the Women's United States Champion, Tiffany Stratton. There's one more spot to fill. I don't know if that's going to get filled at SmackDown or if it's going to remain a mystery. I got to tap in to see exactly how they're going to fill that final spot. Could it be that Minneapolis, Minnesota will get a kiss from the devil and we'll see Stephanie Vaquer take that 5th spot in a return, win the women's title on her in her return? That's possible. It's possible. I'd like to see it. But between the ones that we have there, Book, I mean, Tiffany, Chelsea, Jade, Charlotte, it could go to any of them. Any of them could be the champion.
I mean, it could be. X Factor's Chelsea, of course. I think. Of course. Chelsea's on my radar to always win. I mean, because you can always do something with her, no matter what.
She's awesome.
She's always capable, of getting the job done. So Chelsea is definitely always on my radar. And then I look at, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, and of course either one of those ladies will be fitting, to win this interim championship. But I really love your idea, of someone like Stephanie Vaquer coming back as that X factor, that one, unknown, unexpected entry, and go in there and take that thing and run all the way. That's just me. I put my booking hat on, but I love that idea. I really do.
It would be awesome to see. We'll talk more SummerSlam later in the week. Make sure you tune into Booker and I, ESPN Radio nationally, and tune into Booker during SummerSlam for WWE Radio.
That's right.
The first one, I'll be listening. I know everybody else will. We have a couple super chats to get to before we roll up out of here, BT. So why don't we get to Jack Frost says, what are your thoughts on Matt Jackson no-selling a $450, shaking my blank head? I know that AEW had a pay-per-view, I believe, last night in
It was Revolution. Revolution.
Revolution and no, it wasn't Revolution. It was like
Revolution.
Retribution, Ramp.
Retribution.
We sound so biased right now, but I promise
I'm
you,
not biased. I just didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. But I do know our girl Maya World won the TBS championship.
Big time to my world.
Shout out to Maya World. Big shout out.
I did hear about that.
Retribution.
I did hear about that.
Revenge.
I wish my world could come and do a show at Reality of Wrestling, but you know, I've been told otherwise. Yeah, that's another story. We'll talk about that.
Maybe you could talk about it on WWE Radio.
You're right.
Maybe we could do that. But we could do that. This one comes from. Oh no, I'm sorry. But what do you think about him no selling the 450? I'm sorry.
You know, I'm not surprised, man, about stuff that happens in AEW, and you say, you know, being biased. When somebody make a comment just like they just made, and what I think about the 450 that Matt Jackson no sold. I don't know if he came up after that and gave the guy a super kick. If
I don't know either.
If the person that wrote that comment, if they could retort and just let me know, did he no sell and come up and do a super kick? I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I didn't see it or anything like that. But I would not be surprised because the audience is, you know, they're conditioned to, you know, see something like that happen, and it's something that's very entertaining to them.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't knock, you know, Matt Jackson doing something that he knows is going to make the audience, you know, happy, or they're going to be entertained by it. You know, they're just different, man. Stuff they do in AEW, and I said it from the beginning. It's like they're, you know, doing wrestling, you know, in their own way. They're kind of like changing, you know, the game of the way wrestling was, you know, watched for many, many years, and they have the prerogative to do that. You know, it's just like the tag team matches where you see guys stay in the ring for 20 seconds and they do different moves on each other before the guy get out. Me personally, do I understand that? No, I don't. But no, I'm serious. But their core audience seem to like that kind of stuff.
Well, exactly. Well, here's the thing. First of all, it's AEW Redemption. Here's my just quick take on that.
That's what I said, isn't it?
I think you said Revolution.
Revolution.
Redemption. But my quick thing on it, and shout out to all the guys at AEW. Like, I mean, I'm a fan. My thing is this: Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors, right? That means that, and they always are selling out. Every time you go in there, it's down to the last scoop. Just because I like vanilla, somebody else might like cookies and cream or Rocky Road or strawberry, whatever. There's a reason there's more than one flavor, right? Because people like different stuff. That's what, you know. That's why restaurants have menus, right? Or else we'd all be ordering steak at every place we would go to. Which, by the way, I went to K-Pot the other day. Oh my goodness. We got to hit it up after the next wrestling show. But let's get to the next thing. Matt Jackson's no sold to 450. Color me surprised. ACOS517 said, did your workout program on the road change from early in your career in WCW to your run in WWE? And when did you think your peak physique was? Man, you were huge in 01, man. You look great. 01, 02.
You know, I don't know, maybe 99 to 2001 was peak condition. But my workouts never changed from WCW to WWE to TNA. I never worked out on the road. I never went to the gyms, you know, very rarely. You know, you would see me at a gym on the road. I always did just push-ups and the rubber band, you know, a little baby all, jump rope, and just totally on the road, focus on my performance and focus on eating properly and sleeping well. Those are my three main things I tried to focus on when I was on the road throughout my whole career. And it worked for me. And then when I got home, when I was off, I would hit the gym and I would hit it really, really hard. But I never worked out on the road. And it was a psychological thing too, because a lot of the boys, they thought I didn't work out because they never saw me working out.
And they're like, why does he look so damn good?
Yeah,
Can't figure it out.
They always wondered, but I was putting in work in secret.
This one comes from D'Angelo Brown. Do you guys think Enzo Amore returns with Big Kaz on next week's Raw? I hope so. I thought that they were such a money act, and there's been some smoke that maybe they're going back to the WWE. There's a segment I want to just highlight where Enzo Amore and Big Cass are out there, and something went awry with the microphone. And this is a shout out to Enzo for how smart he was in this moment. Enzo, because he cut the same promo, right? I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud. You can't teach that or whatever. He went like this on his hand, and he did the promo with no mic, and the crowd did it with him. The whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I always thought they were like the new age Outlaws. So I'd love to see him back.
Definitely a hell of a team. By the signs, it seems like is perhaps Big Cass coming back.
Yes.
I'm sure we could definitely see Enzo make a run as well, because we saw him at the Performance Center not too long ago, doing some work there. Obviously, he's still in good graces, with the company, at least now, which is great. So I definitely want to see Enzo get another run and try to finish this story that he started, because Enzo was he was a phoenix, man. He came out boom and just took off, and a lot of that stuff was organic, man. A lot of when you hear the quote, "You can't teach that." A lot of that is true.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was good in his run. Kaito, now for our final one of the day, why is it whoever says I need to win, need to beat you, need to prove it, wins the match? It makes it predictable, but I hope Seth can retain. Yeah, so what he's referring to, sometimes a lot of times in the promo, I have to beat you. I need to beat you. I guarantee I'm going to beat you. Maybe that gives away what's going to happen, I guess is what he's saying.
I don't know. What do you want? What are you supposed to say in that position? Especially when you're a guy that's been swimming upstream like Seth has. You know what I mean? And to finally get it, to go against the guy, and to lose it. What are you supposed to say in that situation?
Yeah.
What to say, man? I got to do this. So that's just one of those old storylines that always seem to work, I think, more than anything.
I do. Well, this is the one thing I'll push back on. Where I like Roman Reigns and I like the whole tribal chief persona. I always have. I've always been a Roman guy. The one thing I dislike, and he's just my example of it, but it's a larger problem in wrestling, is when in the promo with him and Seth, he just talked about how Seth was the second banana and he was a number 2, and you're never going to be as good as me. You've never been as good as me. It's never going to happen for you. Kind of, I don't like the battle rap way that we do promos now, where we call people the names. We just kind of try to, it's more insults than it is promoting a match.
Well, it would be different if both of those guys wasn't a part of the Shield.
Okay, what do you mean?
Seth was the guy being pushed. Roman was the guy in the background. Now Roman is the guy.
Right.
Roman has the right to say that. Now Seth has to prove that, no, I really was the guy in the Shield. They really was pushing the right guy. That's the way I look at it.
Well, that's a fair point, but I guess it's just like a bigger issue. Like, to me, like, when you build the guy up, at least that's what I've always heard. Maybe I'm wrong in this thing.
No, you're right. You 100% right.
Because it makes it so much more.
I think in this situation, though, with both of those guys being in the Shield and Seth Rollins being the guy, Seth was running that whole thing.
The architect.
We wondered if Roman Reigns was ever going to get off the ground and get going.
And it looked for a while like he wasn't.
Roman Reigns, exactly my point.
Yeah.
It looked like this guy wasn't going to turn out to be the guy that he is today. He flipped a switch. He changed the whole momentum of the game. But and that's where you got to look at Roman and look at that story and what he's saying, for me, from a different perspective, because of what he had to deal with, knowing perhaps he was the guy the whole time.
I see. I can concede that point. I guess I don't know. like if you're always been number 2 and you've never been the guy, you've never been as good as me. When I beat you,
but he's number 1 now.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying he's saying that to Seth. So it's like when you beat him, well, what does that do for you? We knew you said you were going to beat him.
But what if he doesn't beat him?
If he doesn't beat him, it's a different story.
Exactly my point.
If he doesn't beat him, it's a different story. Let's go to our last one here real quick before we have to wrap. Between Brock and Oba, should we expect blood? I don't know if there's an update on the policy for WWE. It's very rare you see blood anymore. But Book, between the two of them, I think one guy is more likely to bleed than the other. And there's a particular reason for that, right? Because when you get color, it always looks better on who?
The white guy.
It looks better on the white guy. Wait, isn't that what you would say? Could, like, if somebody asked you to get color, you'd be like, "Hey, bro, it looks better on the white guys."
Yeah, it looks better. I mean, it's gonna look a whole lot better on television. Come on, man. You know it. You know it. You know that's the thing.
Oh.
Next thing you know, they're out there bleeding like a freaking pig. Oh my god. But
You expect blood
in a match like this? You know, anything can happen in a Brock Lesnar match because whether it's on on the script or not, Brock is stiff. Brock is snug. Brock could actually hit you and draw blood, unintentionally, but that's just the way it works sometimes when somebody is as aggressive as a Brock Lesnar is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Is it something that they're going to go into planning or anything like that? I don't know. I would think not, but in a match like this, anything is bound to happen. I can say that also.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, to me, it's similar to WrestleMania. I love the title matches that we're going to get, but it's hard to not say this is the main event. I was watching ESPN this morning, the lower third, when it talks about SummerSlam, shows Brock and Oba. Hell in a Cell. This is a huge match. It's a big match for Oba Femi.
Yes, it really is.
That's all we got, BT.
All right, man. Shoot, I want to awesome show. Thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Again, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. Saturday night, SummerSlam, going live. WWE Radio. It kicks off, baby. Me and my man Vic Joseph. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out on that, as well as some Hall of Fame action as well leading into that night. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. ESPN, Sirius XM Channel 80 on that. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out on that as well. Bradley, for all the heavy lifting, as always, man, we appreciate you. And until next time, guys, peace. We love you.
Hair tied back, and when you laugh, your nose wrinkles, girl, I'm all about that. Matter of fact, pick a spot, we could run up the map. Vacation forever, we could never come back. See it go together like Ralph and Lauren. And I hear it in your accent, your mama's probably foreign. Everything that I like, I swear it's a lot. And baby girl, you a star, don't let them tell you you're not. Because it's something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. Let's make you so what this better's for. It's never less, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. Yeah, something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. Let's make you so what this better's for. It's never less, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. And I think I like it. No, I know I love it. Matter of fact, when I'm sitting there, start thinking of it. You got that hourglass body with an ass and some class that would outlast any loves in my past. And it's got me thinking fast like this. Yeah, I love your lips cause I love your kiss and I love your eyes and I love your hips and I love your touch and you love my grip. Everything I love, I swear it's a lot. And baby girl, you a star, don't let them tell you you're not. Because it's something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do them things you do, you drive me loco. Let's make use of what this bed is for. Nevertheless, it's always more. Now I never gotta fly solo. Something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. Let's make use of what this bed is for. It's never less, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. Yeah, something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. We could end up on an island shore with $1,000 pedicures. I do whatever's better for my lady. I'm still thinking of it. Damn, baby.
Your love deserves a ring as unforgettable as the moment you propose. Select a Tacori engagement ring with signature design and unmatched beauty. At Mervis Diamond Importers, we are the premier source for Tacori and the world's finest diamonds. Let our experts guide you in finding the perfect symbol of your forever. Mervis means more diamonds, better quality, and the most value. Mervis Diamond Importers, DC's first choice for Tacori, engagement and wedding rings, and the best diamonds. MervisDiamond.com or 800-HER-LOVE.